All right, students, welcome back. Let's see here. So today what we're going to do our first design piece in SolidWorks. Now, this is one where I'm not giving you a straight up design that you have to follow. You do have to make a chess piece, but you can make almost whatever you want. I suggest you definitely go on Google and just Google images, chess pieces. Just see cool ones out there. You can do all kinds of really cool things. I've had students do Harry Potter chess pieces. I've had students do, they actually got together, they did a bunch of lightsabers as chess pieces, an entire Star Wars chess set. But this is up to you. This is your first design challenge, so basically you make what you want. But I do want to do a tutorial. I want to make a chess piece for you real quick. And what we're really focusing on learning here is two commands. One is revolve, the other one is offset. So that is, that's what we're gonna do. Now I also highly suggest that you sketch out what you want to make. Sketch out on a piece of paper. It's just gonna be so easy if you have a sketch of what you wanna make instead of just going straight in and trying to do it. All right, now remember, go to the document setup. We are going to do, well, I'm going to do this one in millimeters. I just find it so much more easy and a little bit more detailed to get exactly what I want. Going to go to sketch. This one, I'm going to do a front plane. I'm going to start sketching it with a front plane. I'm going to start out with some lines here. I'm going to put my bottom line on and hit escape when you get that Klingon, and a vertical line. Now, we should all have our chess pieces around the same size. Oh, and this is something that we will be 3D printing as well. So you don't want to make it too huge, you know? The printer will only go up to 8 inches, I believe. Obviously nothing taller than that, but you're not gonna have a chess set where everything is 8 inches tall. I'm gonna make mine 50 millimeters tall. I'm also going to make the base, I'm going to make it 20 millimeters wide. Now you can see I'm putting in 10 millimeters right here because we're going to do what's called revolve it. I'm going to make a profile. Think of like a profile picture, basically a side shot, and then I'm going to spin it around this axis right here. So this is not my full width, this is half the width of my chess piece. Now, I'm going to put a few little cool little things in there. I'm going to be making a rook. I'm going to come up, go to the side, smart dimension. I'm going to make each of these guys 3 millimeters, so 3 millimeters up, and then we'll go in 3 millimeters. Okay, that'll just give me a nice little base right there. The next thing that I'd like to show you guys is this guy right here. This is spline, and spline is incredibly useful. Now this first one is not something that I'm going to use, but I just want to show you what you could do it. Basically, it's like making a curve, and every time you click, it's like putting a pin in the paper, okay? When you get done, hit escape. And so basically, nice little curve right there. Now another thing you can do, see how I have a pin right there, so it's not going to move from that pin, but if I click on it to edit it, I get these different arrows, and I can take them, I can stretch them. If I grab the little dot, I can actually move that, so I can change my curves to be exactly what I want them to be. Now that right there is not what I want it to be. I want it to be almost like the bottom of Aladdin's lamp. So I'm going to take it, put a pin right there, and put a pin right there, hit escape. That is pretty good to me. I do want to smart dimension this, make it, let's see here, let's make that, let's try it 7 millimeters in. So this is 10, came in 3, boom, just like that. Okay, so that's a good little start. I'm not going to make it too much more detailed there in the bottom. I'm going to do a little bit in the top. I'm going to come out. Now I love how I come out to right there. And it gives me a dotted line. I know I'm exactly 10 millimeters out. Go there. And let's come, I want to be in further than my spline. So that's pretty good. Let's see if this is a pretty standard. Let's make that 8 millimeters. Design is so nice because you can make exactly what you want it to be, and if you don't like it, you can change it later on. I'm going to do, I want it to curve in just a little bit, just like that. Hit escape to get rid of the Klingon. Now I do want to check right there, make sure my neck is getting a little bit narrow right there, but not too bad. So I think I'm going to leave that right there. I think I like that. Okay, let's do an arc. I'm going to do this guy right here. Now you have a few different arcs. You have a center point arc. I think we're going to use that actually. Tangent arc or a 3-point arc. Okay. I'm going to do a center point arc because I don't like this big chin right here. I'm just going to do it almost like that. Boom. Now you could see, first click was my center point. My second click I made almost like dictated my radius. My radius is right here, 3.21. I'm just going to make it 3.25 just to make it something that's nice and easy, something that I can use later on. Like if I wanted to have all my chess pieces line up and all have the same kind of splines in there as well. Another note, these points right here, you can also smart dimension those points if you wanted to kind of standardize it, okay? Now in here, this is going to be really hard to revolve because you have lines inside of a line. So I'm going to hit trim entities and get rid of those right there, okay? All right. Looking pretty good. About ready to revolve it. Do be careful if you have any gaps anywhere. If you weren't patient and did not wait for the little orange dot to show up, if you have any gaps, it will not revolve. It'll be a tricky thing. I'm going to go to feature. Revolve boss base is what we want right here. If you have something and you want to do a revolve cut, you can, but right now we're adding material, so it's going to be revolve boss base. Give me a nice little, you know, what we want. Axis of revolution and how many degrees. We do want 360. We want it to go all the way around. You could also make it go like, you could do a 90-degree piece, 270-degree piece, whatever. But chess piece, they're generally all the way around. This is the most important thing, axis of revolution. Boom, just like that. It gives me a nice little yellow preview. I hit that to say okay. Alright. It's not bad. I like it. I do, now looking at it, this is a video, so I'm not going to go back and change it, but I think I would change this neck a little bit. It's a little bit skinny for me. But, you know, it's there. Looks okay. It's a good start. I could have made it a little more decorative down here as well. But there is a point at which the 3D printer just really can't keep up with your detail. So you don't want to go into, you know, the black hole of too much detail. And then you throw it on the 3D printer, and it doesn't even, the 3D printer can't even do it to the detail that you wanted in there. I had an awesome student in the past. She was making a Harry Potter chess piece, and she was doing the Ravenclaw diadem on top, and it was absolutely gorgeous, but there is no way the 3D printer could keep up with the detail that she was putting into there. All right, so now I want to do the top of the rook, so I'm going to look straight onto the top, okay? And we're basically, I want to do a little offset. I want to make the grooves that end up getting cut in there. And then I think I'm going to make a circle and cut a circle in as well. So this is going to be a little bit tedious. I'm going to put a sketch on top, and there might be a faster way to do this, but I'm just going to show you one way to do it, okay? There's a line right there that I like. Get rid of that. Now once again, I'm putting in these center lines. I'm basically dividing up my space just for almost a template, just for stuff to follow later on, okay? I'm going to put one right there, and I'm going to make this 60 degrees, because then we can have another one down here. Smart dimension this one to 60 degrees. And you can see how this is working if I do this and make it 60 degrees. And then one more. All right, cool. So we got pretty good like division of space. What I want is a channel along here, a channel along here, and a channel along here. And I think we'll make it 3 millimeters wide. Like I said, there might be a faster way of doing this, but this is just one way of doing it. I'm going to be using this offset entities right here. I'm going to click this guy, bam, and I'm going to go offset entities. Now it just took this line and it moved it 10 millimeters over. I only want it to be 1.5 millimeters over. I'm going to make a 3 millimeter groove right there. Okay, but that's a good start right there. I'm going to grab it again. I'm going to do offset entity. It wants to do it right on top. I'm going to hit reverse and it makes it on the other side. If I didn't want to do that, I could also put in a negative 1.5 and it would actually move this line over the same, the direction, you know, just go the opposite direction type thing. So we got that guy right there. Offset entities, 1.5 looks great. Do the same thing. Offset entities, go on the other side. And I apologize, this is a little bit tedious right now for being in a video, but you know, we're gonna be using that one later on. Got to get those turned off. All right, now come on, focus, Mike. Offset entities, boom, right there. We are good. Offset entities, this guy, and reverse it. Bam, click. Looks good. This guy, offset entities, reverse. Offset entities, reverse it, and we're good. Almost there. Alright, so we have the channels that we want to take care of. Now, I want to cut them. To be able to cut them, we do need some sort of a closed off space. So, I'm going to basically put the ends of the channel together. This helps SolidWorks quite a bit. Alright, so we basically have all that. We have a bunch of triangles in here. I could do a whole bunch of trim entities. We could be trimming these guidelines that we started out with, but I have found it's really not necessary. If the program starts yelling at me, then it'll be necessary, then we will do it. But I'm just going to go ahead into Features, Extrude Cut, and it didn't even take a guess. It doesn't have a clue what I actually want to cut out. So I'm going to do Selected Contours, and now I can just click on anything that I would like to take out. Now this right here, that would be kind of fun. That would be kind of a cool little thing. I'm just going to cut all these out as well. You can see all these regions right here. Let's see what that looks like. Crank through it. Oh shoot. It's gonna be too, is it cranking through it or not? No, it's not. I'm gonna change this. I think I only want to go 4 millimeters deep. Get that. Something's wrong, but usually it tells me. When something's wrong, it usually tells you what's wrong with it. I want thin features was selected. Oh, that's what I did wrong. That's what I had not good. Thin features was selected. I wanted selected contours. Looks like, I'm just looking at the preview, looks like everything's going to be cut except for that guy, so let's make sure that guy is cut as well. So alright, let's give that a go, see what happens. Boom. Alrighty, that looks like a pretty good start. Okay, one last thing that I want to do, I'm going to look at it straight ahead from the top again. Do a sketch right here on this guy. I'm going to make a circle. That's why it's so nice to use the origin in there. See, this whole thing is 10. So 7. Let's go with a 7 millimeter radius. That looks pretty good right there. Go to features, extrude cut. So we're going to go down 4 millimeters again. Boom. Cool. That is not too bad for a pretty basic rook shape. I think I could do a little bit better by spending a little bit more time in it. Pretty basic, but it is good. So I challenge you to go ahead, have fun, sketch out what you want to do, whether you want to do a theme with it or not. Go ahead, make your own chess piece, Google some, have fun with it, and challenge yourself. That would be awesome. Thanks. Bye-bye.